This is Britt Bailey.
There we are.
A fresh cup of country in the morning.
Good music, great content.
We are live. Hopefully you can hear me. Maybe there's a little bit. I know it's going to be kind of grainy because I am sitting up here and the internet's not as great. I do not have my T-Mobile hotspot with me right now. But so just bear with me on this. But I wanted to give you guys a live look, sitting here with my fluffy coffee. So hopefully you can raise a mug also. You can show us your magnificent morning. Let me see. I've got a wonderful bee. That's the one thing about being outside. I'm not always a fan of. By the way, do comment if you can see me or if you can hear me. That'd be great if you can, because I just never know until I'm trying, but I know it's a little windy out here. So let me know if I just need to move it a little bit closer as well. Let's see here. What we got going on? What's going on in your area? I know I didn't get a chance to. Oh, by the way, this is the old county. Are we? Let's see here. Old Central Coffee. I didn't know that this was the coffee place was named something a little bit different than the seminary in Osage. So if you know where the seminary's at, you can kind of see there's Main Street right there. 218 is right here. So that's Highway 9 and Main Street. That would be coming up from the Avenue of the Saints, would be right back that direction. And so we're kind of giving you guys a little bit of a live look on the back end of everything here in Osage. Yeah, I didn't get a chance on, I love people driving their golf carts up to get coffee. They also do lunch here, by the way. I know that they've been doing lunch for a while, but didn't realize that they were doing that consistently. So again, I apologize. I can see on the computer, it might be a little bit grainy. So I apologize on that. Hopefully you can at least see everything behind me and all of the fun stuff there. But what we're going to be talking about is the weekend roundup. I didn't get a chance to talk about this last on Monday. So I kind of want to pull in this a little bit here on the weekend roundup. What was everybody doing last weekend? And I also want you guys to comment, if you can, down below and let me know what you're doing for this weekend. I know there's fairs, festivals, town festivals, all sorts of stuff. Yes, thank you for the comment. I do have a little bit of a different clip here. A friend of mine is making these awesome little clips with the leather and the tooled leather on there. So message me afterwards if you'd like to get one of those. She said, don't promote me much right now. But let's see here. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm not seeing that it's muted on this side. So hopefully that is coming through. But if not, at least you guys can see this. Adela Mae Nelson frosting our noses from birthday celebration at church. Trista Williams went to 2 parades. So this would have been last weekend from the second parade in Lakeview, Iowa. Also scored 5 from KTIV News and a cooler from someone handing out candy. She didn't want to carry it. That's awesome. Love the different parades that have been going on with all of the different town festivals. Mike Daisy, granddaughter, won a fishing tournament. Awesome. Joe Heck, Woden, Iowa show, the bike show there. Fantastic. Natalie Dirks went to the Walker Hayes and Cody Johnson concert. Cody Johnson's going to be coming up. I think it's at the Great Jones County Fair, or maybe that just happened. I can't exactly remember on that one. Fred, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Buddy's Bar, Stanley's named after their dogs. David Black, 4 days, ending with some Eric Church. Country Thunder was out there in Wisconsin. Always a great time with that Country Thunder crew. I know they are down in Arizona. They've got that one as well. Stephanie Eckhoff went to the Floyd County Fair, saw the demo derby. I know the Tough Trucks down there was a blast too. Had people saying that they were down there as well, which is awesome. Like, seriously, visit all the fairs that you can. There's a lot of them that are free. There's a lot of them that cost a little bit to get into, but just go and visit them, because why not? Why not support the local communities, North Iowa, Southern Minnesota, or wherever you're listening from? I'm guessing that we've got some people that are listening from different locations. By the way, starting August 1st, so that would be next week. So starting August 1st, I am going to have some giveaways for these Fri-YAYs and fluffy coffees. I love awesome people that have come through with all the things that have happened. I love awesome people that have given me a shout out, and all of you guys that gave me ratings on my Britt Bailey page. Thank you. I am getting to message you back on those for, I really appreciate you taking the time to do that. And so yeah, starting August 1st, going to have some giveaways. Now, does that mean it's all fluffy coffee? No, because I know a lot of people just are into caffeine. And I did this a little bit later, mainly because I know that a lot of people start to take their lunch breaks at about 11. And a lot of times in the morning you're driving. I don't want you to, when you're listening on the air, that's one thing. But if you're having to watch a video, I don't want anybody to get in an accident. So hopefully this finds you either now as we're doing this live or possibly later on. So Country Thunder here. I'm going to continue to go on after we talk about that. My wonderful critters that are here flying around me or enjoying my coffee a little bit. Lori Meehan, Country Thunder. Brian Fairchild went to the Great Jones County Fair. So, okay, so that was last weekend. So that was the Cody Johnson concert was then. Pat Palmer met a childhood hero, professional wrestler Arn Anderson in Waterloo. Brian Fairchild had that great video of Kojo. Ross with Edmund Fitzgerald Memorial at the Whitefish Point Shipwreck Museum. Brenda Heck, the Winnebago County Fair, Thompson, Iowa, working both the fair and for the 5-Star Co-op. Terry Lynn, Snapchat, fantastic. And Michelle Perkins. Michelle was at the Jeep Jam, so we did that this last weekend, and it was great. We didn't, of course, have as many people as I was hoping that we possibly would, but that's okay. It rained that morning, so I did not expect to get a bunch of people for that morning, but that's okay. We had a great time. It was absolutely fantastic. And thank you to all that showed up. Thank you to all that won. Did you guys see this in the news? I posted this. This was back a couple days ago. That geyser out there in Yellowstone. How crazy is that? Makes me really glad that I didn't take my Yellowstone trip then. Let me know if anybody was out there during that time. Super scary that the world is shifting all over the place, right? Couple other things. Let me go into here. Love if you guys hop on. Let me know some of the things. Let me see if I can see some of the comments here. My computer is a little bit different. Michelle, love it, love it, love it. Michelle is out in Steamboat Springs right now. Not this steam that's in the background there, but she's out in Steamboat Springs. Let me get, Michelle, you were just at Cheyenne Frontier Days, right? Because I think I remember seeing you had just a fantastic view there at Steamboat Springs. And Cheyenne Frontier Days is on my bucket list. That one, Greeley Stampede, for the different rodeos that are out there. I'd love to get up to Calgary. That one is, I mean, just so many different rodeos on the bucket list. Just a bunch of stuff on the bucket list anyway. But those are just a couple of them. Steamboat Springs has the downhill cowboy downhill with the skiing, downhill skiing. Always impresses me that the cowboys can not only ride, but then they hop on skis and they can do downhill as well. So a lot of things going on. Oh, I wanted to bring you a little bit of, today is National Coffee Milkshake Day. So I would have to say, I'm going to throw my foot up here for just a second. I would have to say that is not an official day, but they're saying that it's today. And for those who enjoy coffee and milkshakes and like me, all the fluffiness with it. No one's really sure who created this holiday, but oh well, why does it need to be official, right? So we'll just enjoy it. I didn't do the milkshake part, but I did do a hot coffee today. So raise your mug to that. Oh, I think we should have like a coffee happy hour, like buy one, get one. Oh, let me see here. There was some new music that came out wanted to kind of talk a little bit about that. Let me see here. Today actually is All or Nothing Day, also. Systems Administrators Appreciation Day. This weekend is National Walk on Stilts Day, National Scotch Day, and then Sunday is National Milk Chocolate Day. I got to say something about walking on stilts. And Michelle, I think you were with me when this happened. Possibly. Bailey Hats is a new sponsor. Fantastic. Congrats on that. What do you mean that's not a thing? That's not a thing? Like fluffy milkshake coffee day? Come on. It's a thing. Thank you very much, Fred or Ed. Love it. Love it. Thank you for joining us here this morning. Gretchen, yeah, All or Nothing Day. Like, do it all or do nothing. It's okay. I think that's every Friday, isn't it? So Walk on Stilts Day is tomorrow. So like I said, Michelle, I think you were with me. We were down at National Cattle Congress. We were vending down there. Michelle had her business right. I think you were outside, if I remember right, vending, and I got inside that year for some odd reason. But there was a guy walking around on stilts, and they had carpet in between, and I'm like, this doesn't look good because the carpet wasn't like sticking quite right. There was a lot of people, a lot of traffic, that type of stuff. And of course, everybody with your boots, everybody shuffles. And all of a sudden, I'm sitting there kind of like this, just at my little kiosk thing. And a guy falls into my tent. Like it wasn't an indoor tent, so I didn't have the tent canopy on. So it was just like the skeleton of the tent to hold the patio lights. And I love doing like pop-up shop type things, vending spots. So that was just a really cool little thing I found on Pinterest. And he literally came out of nowhere. I kind of saw him walking around some other places, and the poor guy, oh man, I felt so bad for him. Evidently his stilt must have caught on something, but it was a whole deal, man. So those that walk on stilts, kudos to you. Those that walk in stilettos, I'm sure it feels like stilts. Speaking of stilettos, Psychic Tiff, she used to wear stilettos all the time. She had the amazing Louis Vuitton collection. It was her birthday earlier this week, so a shout out to Tiff up there. They were out on the boat most of the time. Michelle, right? Wasn't that awesome? That guy was it was totally crazy. He just all of a sudden fell in. I think that was also in the mornings. If I remember right, Cattle Congress, you could get a mini loaf of bread. Like you could get bread every morning at the Cattle Congress, the loaves of bread. You guys, PG-13, let's not go there. Clint, I'm looking at you. Oh man, so many fun times on the road. I'm kind of happy being out and about and being able to do some of this stuff. Mel, thanks for joining us. Mel is down in Missouri, right? Are you in Kansas now? She is out surveying wetlands. So we're not going to tell that you're on your lunch break. We'll claim that. So Michelle, exactly. Have you got bread yet? That was the question. When you got there in the morning, you could walk through those gates and you could grab your bread and go to your vending spot. Cattle Congress is awesome. If you guys haven't been down there, it's so great. They have some really great music artists and stuff too that they bring in. Heck, that's where I met Florida Georgia Line for the first time. Mel, I think you were there with me, and Clayton Bills came in. Clayton does a lot of the booking for down in Fort Dodge for one of the ballrooms down there. And also Dayton Rodeo. That's going to be coming up here in Labor Day weekend. We're definitely going to be going down to that. Caden Gillard, I know I always pronounce his name wrong. Heather Blankenship, if you're on here, correct me on that. Or if Clayton, if you're on here, correct me on that. I think it's Clayton or Caden Gerard. I'll post that up a little bit later with that. I guess I should post on here if you want to hop on with me. Here is the StreamYard link. I cannot 100% guarantee if it will pull you on because there's a lot of people down below here in the seminary in the Old Central Coffee that are probably using the internet as well. So, oh, thanks, Gretchen. I couldn't quite read what you said. So this is a Hui hat. Gotta love Hui. All those guys there. We went to Gretchen. I think that was you and me out there in Vegas. We went to the Hui party. They had Turnpike Troubadours. Got to interview those guys. Red Clay Strays. Red Clay Strays is going to be down in Val Air Ballroom down in Des Moines coming up. Is it this weekend? I think it's this weekend. And man, they are so good. Watch them there. Co Wetzel just came out with a brand new album this week, and he was there. He's played the Hui party. Trying to think. Dwight Yoakam. Man, Hui just always has. They have great merch, and they have fantastic music artists out there for the NFR. It's super good on there. Thanks, Clint. Words are hard today. Words are hard every day. Coffee helps. Oh, man. Let's see here. Events that are going on in the area. Bratwurst Days, Stacyville. Got that going on. Had a friend came up from Oklahoma. Got to see and talk with her a little bit. I see my hair's going all sorts of funky here. It was great to see her again. She's from the area here, and she was like, I'm just going to miss Bratwurst Days. And it's one of those things with the town that only has, I don't even know how many stop signs, but the whole town is abuzz for Brat Days. If you want to find that, I think it's on Stacyville Happenings, and the event stuff on Facebook as well. I wish I had the list in front of me of all the things. I just always remember the 5K in the morning is called the Brat Trot because it's all about the brats, and there's breakfast brats. I was just talking with my former boss about that. I'm like, do you need me to save you a breakfast brat? Because they are fantastic. I do not know who makes those, what locker makes those, but they make a special blend just for Brat Days. Wapsie Days is going to be coming up here. I think that's next week. That's in Riceville. What other small town? North Springs has their days that are going to be coming up. Northwood. Did Northwood have their days already? I'm always bummed because I haven't been able to go to all of them. And I know a lot of them have a lot of different stuff going on. And I can go southern Minnesota, North Iowa, middle Iowa too. The nice thing being up here in the breeze, the mosquitoes are down below. I don't have to worry about the mosquitoes, which is kind of nice. So, but yeah, Wapsie Days. Oh, Mitchell County Fair. That's going on next week. Going to be a blast there. They're having a rodeo, which hasn't happened in a while. They've got all sorts of stuff going on. They've got the tough trucks. They've got the demo derby, bulls and barrels. And that's by, I think, Rice Bull Riding, if I remember right. When I stopped in there the other day, they were repainting some stuff and the FFA stand was getting up. And, you know, being a former 4-H leader in another life, that was, man, Fair Week. If you're a country kid, man, farm kid, country kid, fair is it. Like, this is what you went for all year long, was to do fair. And you went with your projects. And sometimes, don't get me wrong, sometimes those projects didn't get done till maybe the night before to be able to be judged right before the fair judging starts. Oh, let's see here, Clint. What was that? If you don't mind a little road trip, Toledo and Lenox are this weekend. Both good rodeos. That's awesome. Wait, are those rodeos, Clint? Or are those festivals? Are those town festivals that are going on? I guess words are hard. I read that as you don't mind a little road trip for a rodeo, but you know, that just may be my brain go straight to rodeo with that. But that's awesome. If those, either one, if it's a rodeo or a town festival. Yeah, if you've got fair projects or whatnot, I'll be posting the weekend roundup on Sunday again, and would love to see those fair projects. And even if, you know, being considered for state is fantastic. I know state rules and everything for going to state fair is a little bit different than it's been in the past. Like when I was a kid, you had to get a grand champion and you had to be considered for state to go to state. And I think now you just have to enter for fair. I know school starts so early. Kids, y'all don't get to be kids. There is not much summer left for you guys after all the sports stuff and all that stuff. It's just kind of crazy. Oh, it's rodeo. See, my mind went right there with you, Clint. um, yeah, those are Toledo and Lenox, and I know there's going to be starting the run, and maybe either Clint or Michelle. I know Michelle used to set up at Carson. Gretchen, I think you were just talking about Carson also. The Carson Rodeo is going to be going on. Then, of course, Fort Madison. That's the whole Survey run. The other weekend we were out at Barnes Rodeo, which is Cherokee. Survey Rodeo is comes through this area too, and then there's also Three Hills, which is a pro rodeo from over by kind of Dubuque area, and hence the hills. It's amazing. Most people don't understand unless you're in it. You really don't know how underground of a rodeo scene there is in Iowa, all of Iowa, southern Minnesota. It's a huge thing, and if you're in it, if you're not, it's really good for the fairs, festivals, all of that type of stuff that go on to be able to bring it in and just go and enjoy. It's a great time. It's good to be around community, getting out, enjoying this weather, because I'm not going to say that it's going to change, but we know we only get six months of 2 seasons anyway. The third is probably just road construction. But let's see here. Some of those other events that are going on, let me get to that. Oh, my wonderful event calendar just switched back from a different one. Keep on letting me know, guys. Go ahead. And even if this live broadcast is done when you're watching this, post it below. Because at some point in time, people are going to watch this and they're going to go, man, I wonder what was going on. Duncombe Hill, that's going to be the concert on the hill. That's coming up. Is that this Sunday? Oh, Marcia Duncombe, message on here and let us know on that. Let's see here. Okay, I got it up. Elma is having Steeple Days Jam Band. The Midwest Cycle Salvage Motor Swap Meet is going to be going on in Eldora. Let's see. Membership and Coffee 101. I'm just looking through some of my little events that are going through here. Root River Jam. That's the historic in Forestville. Used to go trail riding in Forestville. That was always fun. My wonderful 4-H leader, Julie, love you so much, but she always would get us lost. That's why I don't do trail riding anymore, unless there's a lot in the saddlebags, ice and such. Larry Fleet concert. Oh, Larry Fleet's so good, dude. Fayette County in West Union. Let's see here. Dueling Pianos are going to be going on at the Four Daughters Vineyard and Winery. Let's see here. Hancock County Fair is happening right now. Love those guys. Bummed that I haven't been able to talk to them yet. The Hancock County Fair, y'all, those guys have so much going on there, and they love their 4-H kids. It's they love all the stuff that goes into the fair, and there's a lot of good fair board guys there and gals that take care of all of the stuff. So if you want to go over to Britt, to the Hancock County Fair, and maybe I'm partial because they're named Britt, both with 2 T's. We're both selfish like that. Let's see here. Got a couple things out in Prairie du Chien. I know that the County Line Country Fest is going to be going on. I think Randy Hauser, Chris Young. There's a lot of different artists that are going to be out there, and that's out at the river, kind of around Prairie du Chien area. There's an adventure camp, Survive the Wild, here in Osage. That's going on out at the County Conservation. Those guys also have canoeing down the river. If you haven't done that, it is so on my list to do here this summer. At some point in time, I either want to kayak the river or go out on a paddleboard and try that, because I have no sense of balance. I mean, I'm perfectly fine riding horse, but when it comes to anything in the water, not happening so much on that. I think you guys have, let me see here. I think there's some more comments here. Let's see here. I want to go back to Michigan so bad. The beaches are so beautiful on Lake Superior. Oh, they are. Michigan's so awesome. I remember being by the lake there in Milwaukee, and I had no idea that there was two different temperatures in Wisconsin. There is lakefront temperatures and there is inland temperatures, and they are about a 10-degree difference. So when like Summerfest goes on, it's fantastic because it's hot and the by the lake is fantastic. But during the rest of the summer, it's not so much. I wanted summer, and that was not a thing in Milwaukee. Summer only happened inland instead of by the river, or by the lake, but it was still absolutely beautiful. So Danielle, hey, I miss seeing you too. I will definitely be stopping into Maurice's soon. This shirt that I've got right here, this Nashville shirt, I've been loving the fact that Maurice's has started to carry a lot more like music oriented stuff for their t-shirts and everything. Love all of that stuff. I'm such a clothing hound, y'all. I like whatever I can find. Hence being having the Western store for as long as I did. Still got it. It's a lot of stuff online though now. Oh, that's fantastic. The 5 lighthouses. Yeah, there's a lot of lighthouses out there. Speaking of music, I'm going to go back to here, not just talking about fluffy coffee. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the music industry. Tyler Childers, who doesn't like Tyler Childers? Like, okay, maybe don't comment that, but if you like Tyler Childers, raise your hand, give a like. Dude is so humble. It's awesome. Evidently, Olivia Rodrigo had Tyler Childers join her on stage at a Kentucky concert. How cool is that? Kind of the mix, the genre mix is kind of neat that they're doing a lot. Like, don't get me wrong, after so long, so many collabs and stuff, it kind of gets worn. It is fun to see how they intermix and figure out how to have some really cool music, but sometimes it's like, okay, it's been done for a while, let's give it a break and let's just get some other new music going. Let's see here. Riley Green just released Rather Be. It's a great song. Haven't listened to it all the way through yet. Definitely want to do that. It's one of those things that I do. I grab a coffee and I sit and I just listen to the new songs that have been released. Love the fact that there's so many different places to be able to get that. And if there's artists that you follow, and if you were at the Jeep Jam, you heard Jet Jorgensen, Jorgens, we're just going to say Jet. If you heard Jet play, he's got a new song that he is looking at possibly releasing called Midwest Sunset. And so hopefully he releases that. He did play it for everybody there. Let's see here. Casey Musgraves announced a deluxe edition of Deeper Well. Tucker Whitmore announced a first headlining tour. And Parker McCollum, he is going to be part of Miranda Lambert's new album. So very cool on that. He said he's been a huge fan of Miranda since I was just a kid. So have the opportunity to collab with her is truly a dream come true. One of the greatest talents in the business has ever seen, according to his, let's see, was that Instagram that I grabbed? Yeah, Instagram that I grabbed that from. And yeah, lots of stuff always going on. I know there was a lot more during the week. I don't like to get political, so we're going to stick to musical instead. I can't sing. That's why I listen. That's why I promote. So lots of stuff going on. If you guys have or know somebody that has something going out and hitting the airwaves, let us know. Or if it's you that are promoting your own album, this is a great place to do that. Again, God, isn't this just beautiful? Like, it's a beautiful day for a Fri-YAY. And hopefully you guys are able to get out, even if it's just for a hot lunch break, on a rooftop like I'm at. I mean, now don't get me wrong, I'm not on the total rooftop yet because there's the actual rooftop of the seminary. So I'm just on the balcony area here. And if you knew any of the history on the seminary, it's really kind of cool, actually. And the neat thing is that they moved it not that many years ago. You know, you don't think of people actually moving buildings anymore. Like, you see all the history things, but it moved from this street right here because it was right behind the grocery store. And they put it on all of these moving beds and everything and literally slid it to here. And this place is actually where the radio tower was for years. For Osage had their own radio station. And yeah, so kind of cool on all of that. That was a little bit before my time. I think I remember hearing about that from Harry O at one point in time. So, yeah, so I appreciate you guys hopping on. I've been going on, rattling on for a little bit, probably said way too many and I mean, I got ADD, so I apologize. The coffee helps calm it down a little bit, but I am all over the place, but I love it that you guys hop on and join us. And again, after the 1st of August, I will let you know what we are going to be giving away every time we crack this live for Fri-YAYs and Fluffy Coffee. Again, love all the people that have been supporting, that have been reaching out after everything that happened. Oh, by the way, love seeing everybody at the Blackhawk concert. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. Those guys allowed me to be a bartender, which I haven't done in forever, but it was so great to see all of you guys. And I know we were probably a little bit slower than you wanted us to be, but that's because it's called volunteer for a reason. I'm trying to think of somebody that was a really good bartender in one of the movies, but I can't off the top of my head. That would be my friends that are really good at thinking of those things, like Hippie. Who the heck is Hippie this weekend? The rodeo clown. You just have to find him somewhere. Hippie on the highway. Join us here again. If you're watching this after it's done with the live, comment down below on what's going on for your weekend. If you want to give a shout out for your own event that is going on, if you have something that you'd like to promote, grab you some free publicity here on my Britt Bailey page. We're also on Gotta Be Country on YouTube and on Facebook. And this airs on those as well, if you follow those. And so glad that you guys can join me. I'd like to lift my morning happiness mug of happiness to you. And hopefully you have a great rest of your day. And it is Gotta Be Country Radio. We are a radio that doesn't follow the herd.
That was another exclusive with Britt Bailey.
Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we love. Love it.
Storytellers,
Rockers,
heartthrobs,
Outlaws.
it's a little bit of everything.
Oh.
Can I get in on this?
Alexa,
Google, Siri, smartphone,
Social butterfly.
Britt Bailey on Facebook or Gotta Be Country on Instagram.
That's perfect. We'll take it.